Okay, this next skill is determining whether a net will form a cube or a cuboid when folded. Okay, this is rather challenging because this requires you to take the net pattern and requires you to fold it in your head and to see whether or not that will form a cube, a three-dimensional shape. Okay, so this question asks you, determine which of these nets will form a cube when folded. You either need to fold this in your mind, fold this in your head, or actually cut it out and fold it and see if it forms a cube. Those are the two ways to do this problem. Okay, so if we look at this very first example, okay, this will not form a cube. And let me tell you why. If you continued folding this over and over, you would be missing a back. So if you folded it in this direction, okay, you'd fold that flap up. This flap would go here. Would be this fold. And then you'd get the backside, okay, and you continue going. But because there's no cube on this side, there's no flap on this side, you would be missing the back face of this cube. There would be no back face. So option A would not work. Let's cross out option A. Okay, now option B. Option B we actually discussed in the topic overview, and what we concluded was if you continued folding this, you would be missing the back and the front face. So if you continued folding it, you'd actually have too many squares, but regardless, you would not have this back side or this front side. That'd be missing. Okay, so option B would not work. All right, finally, option C. Now, one thing to know about option C is that you actually have seven faces, so 7 squares. So you're going to end up with an extra square. But that's okay because option C is actually going to work. So if you fold up this first face, I'm going to put a little circle here. If you fold up that first face, fold that up like this. All right, this is your base, this is your bottom. I'm going to put a little X here. Okay, that would be your bottom. It's an X there. And then if you continued folding, let's put a little triangle here. Continued folding, that triangle would come up on this side. Okay, and I'll put a little squiggly here. That would form the top. Okay, and then we'll do a little, let's make an E. That E would be here. Okay, and then you'd actually have an extra face here, but that's okay because that could, along with this face, would form the back side. You could fold that up to form the back side of the cube. So your answer is C. C, if you want to cut this out and try it yourself, you will see that you will form a cube if you do so.